What's up? What's up? What's up, beautiful people? It is Orange is AI. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Orange is AI Tutorials. In this video, we are going to combine a couple different things. We're going to be combining real photo shoots, real pictures taken by real people. We're going to combine that with Google Gemini 3, Nano Banana, and we're going to see if we can actually get some usable images. We're going to see if I took a medium shot of a person. What does it happen if it generates the whole body? Can we change the background? And we're going to also talk about creating prompts, finding prompts for any image. The tools that we're going to use today is going to be, of course, Google Gemini. I'm actually using the free version, so you guys can start from a beginner's level, don't have to invest much. Free. We're going to do the free version of ChatGPT. This is what we're going to use to actually get our prompts to create our images. We're going to use Pinterest because we're going to use Pinterest to get inspiration for different poses that we can use. We're going to use something that you probably aren't familiar with, and this is Super Whisper. What this does is it allows you to be able to talk to any platform that you want to talk to. Let's say it's Gmail, ChatGPT, text messages, X, Twitter, all the things. You just talk to it, and it'll basically take out the ums and the dictation and just put it all out there. So this is going to be free as well. So when you see me putting in talking, just know that I'm not using anything that you guys can't use. And of course, this is X that we're going to be using as well. And as you see, we're currently live. All right. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get the prompt of an image. Let's kind of go through Pinterest here. I always type in model poses. I have like a whole folder, saved with that. And I always want to make sure that we are kind of good. I'm a photographer, so I love just going through images. I really like this pose right here. So we're going to try to take this pose. And what we want to do is we're going to right click and we're going to click Save Image As. You can also screenshot it as well. We're going to save it right into our downloads. We're going to ask ChatGPT to give us the prompt for this pose. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, I could type it, but what I'm going to do is use Super Whisper to show you how I use it. You guys can also use the dictate feature, but keep in mind the dictate feature is going to only be in ChatGPT. So give me a prompt for this image. Be as detailed as possible, but just simply describe the clothing of the model. Don't give me a description of the facial features or the hair. Just simply give me the prompt for the actual model. So imagine if I were to type that out. I'm talking the natural language. I'm saying I'm doing everything I would normally talking how I would normally talk, and I'm able to put it inside Super Whisper, and it'll be able to generate that prompt for me. So give me a prompt for this image, be as detailed as possible. See, it just cleaned up all of my words that I wanted to use. So prompt, clothing description, only a model wearing an oversized, sharply tailored teal suit with a double-breasted blazer with featuring wide shoulders. This is perfect. So from here, now I want to find my model. What model am I going to use? This is the prompt that I want my model to have. So let's find what image I'm going to use. I'm going to click Add Photos. What I'm going to actually do is go through a photo shoot that I've already done of someone. So let's kind of go through and see what we can find. Let's see. Did a couple photo shoots this weekend. Let's try Chloe. All right, so let's go through the photos and see which vibe we want to go with, like all the images, beautiful shots. I'm gonna go with this one. I think, you know what? I think I want to have something to where it's like it's not, you can kind of see your face, no hands in the way. So we're gonna go with this image right here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is ask ChatGPT to combine the prompt using the two images. I want to place this next image in Nano Banana, but I need one cohesive prompt that combines the features in the model in the photo that I'm uploading right now to the clothing of the model that I added before. Again, this may not necessarily be perfect every single time, so you can always try it. Try it. It's AI, so it's going to be only as good as what you describe it to be. So, I just love the fact that I don't have to fiddle around in terms of typing, because what I type and the words that I say is going to be two totally different things. And this definitely gives me a really opportune time to say that. Okay. All right. So I want to optimize it just a little bit more. I want you to be sure to prompt that I don't want any of the facial features or the hair features of the actual model that's in purple to change. That of the second photo, I just simply want to combine. I want to have the second model wear the clothes of the first model. So it's really great in terms of just getting out what you wanted to say and making sense of it. This is why I use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the best tool to be able to fine tune prompts when it comes to actually image generation in terms of getting your face. I would still say Google Nano Banana is probably the industry standard. It's probably the best. But we're going to find that now. Her face and hair remains the same, identical. Swapped out for the first image. Outfit. Okay. So we are copying this, and we're going to place both images once again inside Nano Banana. So we're going to upload this image, and we're going to upload our photo shoot image. Let's go back to it. Chloe, and I believe it was the first image. Let's just go over our prompt. A plus-size woman with the exact same facial features, expression, hairstyle, and hair texture as the model provided in the second photo. Her skin tone, makeup, overall appearance remain completely unchanged. She is wearing the teal oversized suit from the first image, featuring wide blazer, hands open up. Okay, perfect. So we're going to go ahead and click submit. I'm hoping that what Nano Banana does is recognizes that we want our image of our real person to have the outfit of the blazer and all of that. So we're going to see what it comes up with. We're going to see how it actually handles it, or if we need to prompt it a different way. Develop an image integration, and keep in mind this is the uh, free version. So, all right, perfect. And we have our prompt. Awesome. So let's take a look at the original image off to the side here. Blue blazer, orange background with the purple. We definitely have, what I'm saying, our person, her facial features. This is the final output. Not bad. Definitely got the facial features, definitely got the hair down right, all the way down to kind of like the middle part here. What I want to do is I want to give it a little bit more of this style. I would have really liked for it to do the pose. So we probably didn't prompt for the pose. We probably prompt just for the clothes. So let's go there. I want you to take the image and have her pose like the image I'm about to upload. What I want to do is, instead of kind of telling Gemini, hey, pose her like the first image, I don't want to confuse it or anything like that. I'm going to upload the image again of the pose that I originally wanted her to do. And we are going to just tell it to take the image and have her pose like the image I'm about to upload. And I uploaded it. Please upload. Okay, it just said upload the image of the desired pose. All right, we did that, but we're gonna do it now. Do it again. So right before that, it says please upload. I asked it. It looks like you uploaded the same image twice. Please upload the image with the pose you like me to apply. Okay. Please use this pose. I'm gonna ask that. Please use the pose from this image. I understand you like the pose from the image you've been providing, but it seems there might be a misunderstanding. I need a different image that shows the pose you want the woman in the suit to adopt. The image you provided is one I need to modify, not the could you please upload a new image? So again, it's not perfect, but it is what it is. We are going to just simply use a different pose. Actually, this is very similar to the pose that the person did in our first example. So we're going to ask them to use this pose. All right, go back to Google Gemini. All right, so I am uploading a new image. Again, it's AI, it's not perfect. It should have just kind of used what I asked it to use, but it wants a new image to process. We're gonna give it a new image. It's not like we're married to that specific image or that specific pose, and this is similar anyway. So, but I think the output that they gave me here, I think it really nailed it. Let me see if I can see some differences. I think the lighting is a little different. So I might want to prompt for the lighting. Okay. You reached your Nano Banana limit. So we're able to create at least one image with it. Uh, yeah, at least one image with it. Put a bunch of inputs in there. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and upgrade to my actual pro plan that I have. If you really want to get serious with this, you really want to play with it, I think it's going to be super duper important that you just invest. Probably just go ahead and invest in the pro version. It's about $20 a month. And I think it's definitely going to be worth it if you want to create some really great outputs. So what we're going to do is we're going to start from scratch here. We are actually going to um, go back into our ChatGPT. We're going to take our same prompt that we have here. I want you to also prompt for the lighting and the pose of the first image. I want the second model to actually pose like the first model and keep the same lighting, meaning remove the purple background. So that's something that we didn't do before. And that's what we want to go ahead and see if we can emulate now. So what I'm going to do is actually just make sure that they create a new prompt for it. So what I might end up doing is go ahead typing that out, create a new prompt that also adds the lighting and the pose of the first image. So we want to make sure that we combine all the elements in there. Here's a fully combined prompt that includes everything you asked for. Model's face, hair stays exactly the same. Model wears the plus size woman. Okay, perfect. Looks like it's thinking. We're using a free version of ChatGPT, but I would recommend definitely using the paid version. It's definitely worth it in regards to getting these type of prompts. So you can further edit it a little bit more. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think I do want to rewrite it specifically for Nano Banana's formatting because, hey, as close as we could get to our actual image, the better. We're going to copy that and we are going to go into our Google Gemini and let's go ahead and just create a new chat here just because. Collapse that here. Upload photos. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and create a image. Upload our photo. We're going to take our photo from our original image, the Blazer image. We are going to upload our photo of our real model from a photo shoot I just took this weekend. Her name is Chloe. Perfect. All right. So this should not only copy the outfit, but it should also copy the pose as well. So while that's thinking, keep in mind, Super Whisper has a free version and a paid version. I use the free version, and it doesn't do me wrong. It does me right. Pinterest, of course, is free. This is where I go to get my inspiration for poses and things of that nature. Really just cool poses that you can find. A lot of times with AI, people get caught up on like taking or stealing prompts and stuff like that. Poses aren't copyrighted. People always have a pose. ChatGPT, it's really fantastic for getting precise prompts and analyzing images. Nano Banana or Google Gemini can analyze prompts as well, but I just like ChatGPT using the two tools separately. So let's take a look. Right, all right, all right. So um we have our image here. We have the color, we have the lighting, we have our person here, and this is what it looks like. I definitely feel like it captured the suits. It definitely captured the lighting. It definitely captured the lighting. It's a little bit more teal on the right side. The image of the person, it looks like her, but it doesn't look exactly like her. And I think that's something that we are going to have to run into when it comes to uh, Nano Banana, not necessary, or AI images in general. It can be consistent, but it's not always 100%. I'm going to see about trying to, and I got the pose because it's kind of like, she got her hands in her pocket. So I'll go with that. Um, I'm going to ask it to make her look more like the original photo. Yeah. Her look more like the person in the purple photo. Yeah, make it look more like the person in the photo. We'll see if it actually does it or not. If not, we're gonna try. We're gonna try a couple more prompts to try to get it right. One thing that I also would do as well is to be able to. Looks like it couldn't download the image. Why we can't download? Okay, probably can't download because it's still thinking. So this is the image that we have. This is our person. Do I think it looks exactly like the person? Not necessarily. Let me go ahead and refresh this to see if we could go ahead and get it downloaded. Doesn't look exactly like my person, but let's kind of go back through here. Where's my image here? Again, these AI tools is not perfect. They're not perfect. So not sure what happened with my model, but we're gonna use that prompt one more time. We're gonna upload our image, Chloe here. As a matter of fact, we're gonna use we're gonna actually use it. Let's use a different. Let's use let's use a completely different sample image. Actually, let's use a different sample image. Let's see if we can. It's pretty cool. Yeah, let's completely change up the vibe. Let's go with turtleneck. So let's go ahead, save as we saw in the first example. It definitely like got the some things right, but a lot of things it didn't get right. So we're gonna do a new chat here, and we're gonna actually ask it to gonna upload our photo here, and we are going to upload our exact same photo of Chloe here, and we're gonna just lay it all out. I want you to use the model from the second image for the image and swap it with the model from the first image, but I want the model to keep the same pose as the model from the first image and also keep the clothing of the model from the first image, as well as the pose and the background of the model from the first image. So we'll see what happens. We're actually uploading both photos this time and prompting it together. And again, ChatGPT just recognizes it just a whole lot better than I believe that Google Gemini does. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over and check the chat here, see if there's anybody in the chat. Not yet. Perfecto. Perfecto. So while that's loading, it's only taking this amount of time of loading simply because of the me just streaming and all that stuff. It usually runs really fast. So, don't worry about the time. Oh, so it's trying to create me an image and I don't want that. I actually want it to create a prompt. So I'm going to copy that. I want you to create a nano and a prompt. We'll let that finish downloading. Gonna let that finish downloading until we go. Again, also using the free version, you can run into issues when it comes to just load times. The free version, the load times isn't as quick as the paid version, and the paid version that I pay for is $20 a month. It's definitely worth it for if you're creating a high volume of images. I'm always creating a high volume of images for my work, for the YouTube channel, all the things. So that's going to be something to also think about as well. Just trying it out for a month and making sure that it kind of does what you need it to do. When you are using the free version, you're kind of like at the mercy of the lower tier. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just pre-upload our images in Nano Banana here. Downloads, bam. Upload. Whoops. We want to upload our image of yes or no, Chloe here. We're uploading that again. Just the stuff that it's been able to do. It's like it's amazing. That we can even a lot of this is stuff is even possible. As a matter of fact, I want to go ahead and interrupt that because I was taking entirely too long. Perfect. So we got our prompt in here. I want you to create a Nano Banana prompts. Here's a clean a portrait of a young woman with the second image. Maintain all the okay. It gives me a little bit more of a breakdown. Match the exact pose. Portrait featuring a woman with the second image. Maintain all her pictures, feature hairstyle. Exactly as shown. Okay. All right. So let's copy that. Let's paste it here inside Nano Banana. Let's see what we got. And as you see too, even Nano Banana kind of generates the images a little bit more faster as well. You can always use different tools to be able to create Nano Banana images outside of just using gemini.google.com. You can use Higgsfield.ai or FreePic. There's a bunch of different other ones that you can use. I just wanted to like not overcomplicate things because those things you have to pay for. And I want to make sure that, you know, when I put these links in the description, you can go directly to a place and you don't have to jump through a whole bunch of loops. So, all right, so let's take a look at the image that we have. So our vibe we wanted to keep this pose, we wanted to keep this look, we wanted to keep the turtleneck, we wanted to keep the yellow background, but we wanted to use the image of this person. And this is what we have. I think this is a whole lot more closer than what we saw before. And this is why I love to do these type of experiments or live tutorials to show you that, hey, not everything is going to turn out perfect. Not everything is going to turn out great. You're going to have to try to, you know, try a bunch of different things. You're going to have to troubleshoot and before you find your actual thing. Your hair is definitely longer here. I'm going to actually ask it as well. Can you make the background purple like the purple background in the original second image? And I'm talking like I would normally talk to anything, trying to really normalize to speech and, you know, the prompt that I would give, you know, Nano Banana, but I'm filtering it through Super Whisperer that I could just talk in my natural language and just see how well Nano Banana is able to pick up what I need it to do. You know, I want the background to be yellow. I mean, not yellow, but I want it to be purple. I want it to be purple. And I want to make sure that no matter what I say, it can do it. Now, what I think might happen is the background might be purple, but I think her face might still be yellow. So I think I may need to do another prompt. And that's kind of exactly what happened. Put the lighting on her face to be purple. Let me see what we have in the actual prompt because I think it specified the lighting. Use the dramatic warm directional lighting from the first image. Let's as a matter of fact, I'm gonna ask it to use the lighting from the second image. The lighting also from the second image. I'll just say second original image. And this is cool right here. Like I can continue talking to it so that way it gets closer and closer to what I'm looking for it to be. And you know, keep in mind, you know, this isn't necessarily like uh, a filter that you just use on your phone. This is something that you may have to continue to work on, but it's definitely could be lucrative if you wanted to start like an AI photo shoot business. You know, you can reach out to people, you can take photos and do photo shoots of them with your phone. You know, I did this with my professional camera in my studio, but you can just as well do this with your phone, upload the images and create a bunch of different looks. Oh my God, this looks so not good, but I think we have an idea of what we are looking for. I am going to actually download this image. I think what happened is it got confused with the first image, with the second image. So what I want to do is actually download the image. Just download in full size here. All right. I'm actually going to plug it back into ChatGPT. I want you to adjust the lighting of this image, and that's what I'm telling it. Give me a prompt for Nano Banana that adjusts the lighting of the image so it has more of a purple tone rather than a yellowish tone. And not only the backdrop, but her facial features as well. This is again why I like using ChatGPT uh, to prompt it because Nano Banana, I'm sorry, it just does not always want to comply. It just does not, you know. So give me a prompt for Nano Banana. So I'm asking this specifically for Nano Banana. So that's something to keep in mind. Don't just ask for a prompt, replace the background with a smooth lit purple. Do not alter the facial features. Okay, style. Okay, seems like everything. Okay. So let's see what that does. I don't want it to, let me see if I could just delete this. Actually, I'm gonna just upload the original image once more, or the image that I wanted to transform. So I downloaded the image, and then I uploaded the image back into Nano Banana. So that way, the very last thing it thinks about is the image that I just uploaded. Like I just got a weirdness that's going on. It may be a situation where I might just have to create a new chat. So we'll try that again. Again, it's AI, it could be kind of wonky. It's not always super trustworthy, but we're going to just try it again nonetheless. And again, man, this is such an amazing thing to be able to really just change the vibe of someone's entire like photo shoot. She wasn't even, I took her photo, but she wasn't necessarily doing this pose. I found the pose on Pinterest, you know. Uh I don't have to even just live with the coloring, the background or anything like that. I can still put her aesthetic of the purple, which is her favorite color, by the way, into the actual photo. So I think that's really incredible too. This is taking a little bit longer than what I thought it would take. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna actually create a new chat just in case it is thinking a little too hard. Create image in a banana. And let's try that again. One thing that we also may want to think about as well, I'm going to take a look at what the size of the image is here. And I want to get an idea of how many megabytes it is. So 4.8 megabytes, that's pretty good in terms of quality. It's pretty good as far as quality goes. So it's maintaining the quality. Let's see what, oh my gosh. All right. Uh Purple face, don't like it at all. Not great. But we got our original image. I think it may be just a situation in terms of kind of improving the image as it goes along. It may probably have been best to go ahead and prompt it that way. So let's see. How can we go ahead and, all right, cool. We're going to just skip that. You guys have an idea of how to use a pose, how to combine two images. I want to show you some stuff that I worked on earlier. Okay, perfect. So this is again my same model. This is just really a medium, got a little bit of her leg in there type of shot. What I did was I asked Nano Banana to create a pose for this person that shows her full body in an all purple photography studio. To the background that's there, she is wearing black stylish boots, aspect ratio 4:5. And this is what it gave me. But face isn't exactly the same, but it still kind of got pretty close. So these are different things that you can do. If you can nail some of the specifics down, I think it'll be really great. We're going to try one more example. We're going to click a new chat here. All right. So we're going to use another image. As a matter of fact, we want to go in ChatGPT first. I'm going to actually create a new chat here. Sometimes I like to just refresh everything just to make sure that it's not pulling information from before. All right. So let's go to photo shoots here. See what photo shoot I want to use here. Arjun to the AM. Yeah, it's my guy. To the AM, we're gonna go through the photos. Took some medium shots of him. And as you see, this is what he has on as far as pants go. So what I want to do is I want to really expand the image and see what Google Gemini can have him do in regards to his poses. So let's try that. Let's try this image. And we're going to say, hey, listen, we want to put him in a completely different environment setting. Let's scroll through and see what we can find here. He's with a microphone. So hey, you know what? I kind of like this studio setting. So, all right. Well, where's that image? Pinterest. All right, cool. Maybe I could just download it from here. Nope. See if we could find that image. What I would like to do is place him with that same pose in that particular studio setting. Looks like I'm not going to be able to find that image. Male models in studio. So we may not be able to use that one, but we're going to find one. I'm going to get something pretty close to what he's doing now. That's the image I want to use. Matter of fact, I'm going to actually do something cool here. I'm going to screenshot this, and it's very low quality, but hey, if AI is really like that, then it will find the prompt for it and it'll get me what I need. So we're going to put file, export, we're going to save into our downloads folder. This backdrop. My downloads here. All right. So we're going to open up ChatGPT. We have get plus for more downloads, upload this image here. All right, so it looks like I am capped at my image uploads. So what I'm gonna actually do is log into my actual account so that way I can have access to what I need access to. Again, I have the $20 version. So I'm gonna go ahead and log into my account here so that way we can create with no problems. All right, so we are taking, which image are we taking? It's the one with him with the microphone, and I definitely wanna keep the blue in there. Perfect. Now we're gonna upload our backdrop image. We're gonna just talk to it. I want you to place the person, the microphone, and change nothing, but place the person that's in the first image into the setting of the second image. I want to emulate the backdrop, the shadows, and more specifically, the chair. The person in the first image is holding a microphone stand. I want to make sure that that gets incorporated over, as well as everything about the person. I don't want any changes. I want them to look exactly like the image in the first image. The person in the first image look exactly like it, but I want the background and backdrop of the second image, including the chair. And make it for Nano Banana. Make sure you prompt it for Nano Banana. So you see how gibberish that sounded? Super Whisper kind of cleans up all of the gibberish, plugs into ChatGPT, which further cleans up all the gibberish. And the reason why I say gibberish is because I don't want people to think that they have to have exact prompts or they have to know exact prompts. This is a way that you can take any image and prompts for anything. You can take any description. What you type and what you say is going to be polar opposites. You're going to talk and you can see anything, the lighting, the hair, the different things like that. You can verbalize that way easier than actually typing it. So this is a good way to be able to get a prompt for a great way to get a prompt for any image, and also be able to just voice it as well. So a version where he's sitting on a stool, next to the stool, a wider shot matching the fashion. Okay, so what I want it to do is to create what we see here, or what they suggested. Thought it was pretty obvious, but a wider shot matching a portrait framing. Yeah, let's go with that too. And at the bottom, I've seen that it says I can convert this into a copy and paste Nano Banana preset block with structure tags. Not entirely sure what that meant. Sitting on stool, use the subject exactly as he appears. Nope. I want to recreate this look of the second image. Okay. Okay. It looks like it has the actual image tags as well. So I think that's going to be very specific. So the image tags is the JPEG to the AM backdrop.jpg. What that's going to do is it's going to more specifically specify which image we're talking about. And, I'm going to upload it in the order as well, not to confuse it any further. So let me just make sure I'm uploading the exact image. And this is it. Ration image, the backdrop here. All right. So we've copied and pasted the image and we are going to hit submit. Again, I'm using the pro version. Just makes it so much more easier when you're creating and you're really getting into it. I would definitely try it out for just at least a month to be able to really get the most out of it that, these tools have to offer. They do an entry level to get you in there in terms of free, but it's so not worth it to just use the free version. You might as well just pay for it, because otherwise you're going to not think that you're not going to get the full effect of what it can do. So, all right. So let's take a look at our last example here. It looks like it's crafting a composite, analyzing the compositing weakness. And you know, I'm glad to see that it's doing all that it's doing. So, all right, and this is the image. So it got the full light stand. Excuse me, mic stand. It's very much far back. A nice wide angle shot. This guy's glasses here. Let's go ahead, zoom in a little bit more. Guy's glasses in there. His 5 o'clock shadow, the beard, got his hair. Let's take a look at the original image. I mean, does it look exactly like him? I could definitely tell where it's a bit off here, but this image and this image, it's not too far off. It's not too far off. You know, I think I really like it. Let's say we wanted to make the image 9 by 16 by 9, right? 9. What this is going to do is going to create more of a, it's going to fill up the screen horizontally. So I could have said, make the image horizontal, make the image fill the screen. I can use those different things, but just want to kind of see what it looks like. But I think it did a great job in terms of copying the shoes. You know, he's obviously, I've taken the photos of him. He's not necessarily wearing these shoes, but the pose I think is so great. Let me take a look at his fingers. His fingers is just dangling there. It's no 6 fingers, anything like that. It's pretty cool. What am I doing? Let's see what we got here. Okay. And this is the more of the wide angle view. So it just emulated, you know, from the sides a little bit more of expanded the image just that much more. Keep in mind this looks a little fuzzy, but that's because it's just a preview version. You can download the full size here. It takes a little second to do it. And I'm glad that it gives me a fast preview instead of taking even more time to download. It downloads here. And then now I can see the actual image here. Love it. Love it. Love to know what this person thinks of the image, but keep in mind, nothing is going to always be super perfect, but I think it's really, really cool to be able to kind of get something, I guess maybe about 90% close to what we're looking for. So we can use different image tool generators like Canva to be able to widen the screen, or if we want to get rid of this Google Gemini logo, we can do that as well. Let me kind of open up my Canva here, so that way you can show you how to do that. Open up Canva. You know, that thing at the bottom really bothered me, the tag. It's like, man, we're paying for the version. Why do I have to use the tags? We're gonna go ahead and upload our image. Currently using Canva right now. I use the paid version of this as well. So just keep in mind that, you know, if you want to, you know, really dive into this, you're definitely gonna have to pay to use some of the features. Let me make sure I get the last image here. 5.4 megabytes. That's a pretty large file size. Let's say we want to edit image here. Look like it's still loading. Pixel eraser. Using the pixel eraser tool, we're gonna keep the brush size right there. Done. Save. And that should give us our new image without the okay, it looks like it actually just gave us just a brush. So let's go back into that. I'm gonna go back into the original image here. Let's go ahead and open the editor. What we want to do is we want to remove that Google Gemini logo. Like when I remember, click, select area, adjust. So many different tools to be able to use. Magic eraser. I think that might be what I want. Let's try that. No. Brush. All right, let's see if auto detect works. All right. So really easy way to go ahead and remove the tool, the tag that Google Gemini does. It does on all the images. Ask me why. I couldn't tell you. Of course, there are so many different other ways you can kind of go ahead and edit it. You can crop this image. There's so many different things that you can do, but just wanted to kind of get you started in regards to using Google Gemini. And just as a recap, we use Super Whisper, the free version, to just voice our prompts. We used uh, Pinterest to get inspiration from different poses. We just type in models. And of course, you could use female poses, male poses. You could use them interchangeably. We just want to get like an idea of some cool poses to use. Because again, you can type out, hey, do this pose, or you can actually have chat plug that pose into ChatGPT and have them ChatGPT give you the pose based off of the reference that you provide. And we use Nano Banana. We use Nano Banana to combine the images that we wanted to use to be able to get the final version that we end up getting. Again, Nano Banana is good at swapping faces, swapping body types, swapping area situation, but it's not perfect. So I've showed these images to a bunch of people whose image it actually was, and they actually loved it. They actually loved their image. They understood that it didn't look exactly like them, but sometimes when they're using filters and different apps and stuff, they understand that it's not going to always look like them, but they appreciate that. Hey, you're able to capture that person in a completely different vibe. So and we finally used Canva to be able to get rid of the mark that is often in Google Gemini photos. And we were able to do that. We also use the paid version of that as well. But we found that it's very useful to be able to get rid of these markings. And unfortunately, we can't prompt it out or anything like that. So if you guys have any questions, I would love to know what they are. And I would love to be able to continue to create videos just like this and more. Just want to be able to answer your questions and people in the community. Have you used Nano Banana? Do you use Nano Banana and ChatGPT? Do you have any other tools that you use? I would love for you guys to let me know in the comments below. And until next time, y'all. Peace.